Just a reminder, if you look down below the video in the description, we've got the indexing of this particular video, and there's a link to the big index that goes back like three years or so. So if you want to go, you can search through that and see what we're doing, or you can check this index before you watch it, whatever you want to do there. So, and there's some other links you can look at there. And I haven't got anything done, at least worth reporting. So I'm just going to turn it over to Al.
Oh, that was fast. Let's see. Let me get up Slack here. Oh, that's Bob's board. A couple of things that I just posted, not a ton, but I've been spending a little bit more time with this SkytraQ GNSS unit that takes dead reckoning input from wheel ticks, which is where I ultimately want to get to. And I wanted to see what the actual Hertz output was, because me using the OEM software was trying to set the Hertz, and I couldn't really tell whether I was successful or not. So I just wrote a script that I put out on GIST that reads whatever is coming across the line, and it gives me the option of printing it out or not, because when I was messing around with the RTCM data, I could get both ASCII messages as well as what was a binary protocol from SkytraQ. But anyway, so there's a little script out there that's a utility script, and I set it to run for 30 seconds and counted the number of messages that I got, and I'm looking like I'm getting 25 Hertz, which is, I think, really, really good. We'll see how that all works out, but for now, that was positive news. And I put the GGA sentence in there as well, just because I wanted to track RTK status, but because I had switched from a L1, L5 corrections GPS to an L1, L2 corrections GPS, and that seemed to give me better data as well. So that's a couple of things that have gone on. And then I posted a video looking at my tractor and sort of described where I wanted to get to. And I was primarily focused on figuring out whether Jeff had challenged me before about, can't you just mount that linear actuator directly to the hydrostatic transmission? And so I do think there's going to be space to do that. I'll need to figure out the pin or the connection point over here on the hydrostatic transmission, which you really can't see, but it does look like there's space to do that. And so my next version of this is just going to be these sort of 4, I call them posts, and I'll have a bar across I'll have bars joining the 2 posts, and then a longer bar this way, ideally, where I'd put one GPS in the front and one over the axle. But I need to worry about how I fit my gas tank basically right above the steering motor. I think doesn't have to go there, but that's basically where it was before I took this all apart. So anyway, there's a video showing a little bit of that discussion out there. So that's pretty much all I've got at the moment. Looks like Jeff has turned off his video, so it's just me right now.
Well, I'm still here.
Okay, cool.
Now it looks like you turned off your video.
I didn't mean to turn off the video. I stopped sharing.
Oh, my little things at the top. Maybe it's set to only show speaker view or whatever. And everything back where it's supposed to be out. So the thing on Slack is a video that, oh, there it goes.
Yeah, I pressed play by mistake. Yeah, it seems to, you seem to be able to play it, which is a little bit better than previous times.
Yeah, I saw you posted that and I saw the picture of your lawn tractor. I didn't realize it was a video, so but I haven't looked at it too hard today. So there you go.
No worries. That's it for me today. So the next steps would be to work out my dimensions for those support bars and get those to the guy who's going to cut them out for me and bend them a little bit and see if I can get that linear actuator mounted, as well as have the board for the electronics in a new location basically on the side, so it's easier to get to.
I noticed on that picture you showed the, we can see the linear actuator there and the motor is on the top. It looks like if you have room, you can flip it over and have the motor on the bottom and maybe make it shorter if you need to. If that makes sense.
It does. And it probably would be space. I don't know if you can see it very well, but there's this drive belt that goes back to the hydrostatic transmission. That's the only thing I really need to steer clear of
Okay.
in that little area. And I confirmed I can get over here is the mechanism to raise and lower the cutting blade. So that looks like it's still in good shape. Just need to work out some sort of what sort of bracket I need to actually connect the linear actuator back. I'll probably just have I'll probably make this out of 1/8" steel and come out this way with another square piece and some bushings or something in between there to connect up the actuator.
I'm also
We'll
looking
see
at
how
the angle of your actuator there, and it's kind of tilted up. That may be a problem. You try to pull that forward, it may not pull as far forward as you want. You might have to, get it more flat so you're pulling, closer to straight forward and straight backwards on that. Because otherwise, the way it's set up, if you've got an arm sticking out there, you start pulling on it. Well, it's gonna hit we'll call it the top dead center of that arm that's moving, and you can keep pulling, but it's not going to go any farther. You're just going to break something, and you may not be able to get it to go far enough. So it might be worth just moving that up and down just to see, if running that back and forth is getting you the full travel that you want.
Yeah, that was my thinking on having the motor on the top too. The reason it's angled at that moment, or that particular angle, is there's a screw sticking out there and it would sit there without me holding it.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I definitely I will have it as horizontal as possible.
And another thing to consider is you're mounting that those linear actuators have like a switch at each end. They got a limit switch. So if you run one to the, say, either all the way to the front, run the actuator that way, and then mount it so that the limit switch will activate as it gets towards that. So at one end you're taken care of. So even if you try to go too far, it'll just shut down and won't let you go too far. And then, but then I'm sure the other end is going to go too far, so you're not necessarily protected on the other direction. But at least you can take advantage of the one end. And probably put on the front. You're going to be going forwards the most, so you just have it there. So again, it doesn't try to pull it too far, and once it gets that far, because no matter what the software is doing, so if your software locks up and the driver is saying, "Yep, keep pulling and keep pulling and keep pulling," and that thing's got enough torque there that it may snap something off. So you have to worry about that. Or you have the option of the shear pin. So I assume you can use that hole on the left side of the actuator right there. That's a normal mounting hole. Depending on what you put through there, if you got something there, if you try to pull too hard, just have it rip that off. But but still, now you're gonna be in a situation where you won't be able to stop the tractor, so all these little things are gonna come up like that. But just
Yeah,
as you play with it, just think about those things.
it's part of the reason to keep the 40-pound spring back on the hydrostatic transmission and not try to tear into that is a little bit of safety, because if the actuator were to fail catastrophically like a shear pin, as you said, then hopefully the hydrostatic transmission spring would kick in and bring it back to neutral.
Yep. Did you ever get your kill switch for the engine working on this one or the other one? Yeah, those working.
I haven't run the kill switch on this one. I have the kill switch running on the other one. The seat cord is right there. That's one option for the kill switch on this one.
It just seems like that's something good to think about before you need it, because otherwise it just took off and just slammed right into the house because I didn't have any way to stop it. So that'd be, if your e-stop, if you hit your e-stop, then have it also kill the engine at the same time, just to make sure that, regardless of what else is going on, that's just a quick way to a quick safety feature that is good to have before you actually need it.
Yeah, so on this one, it would have a physical kill switch on the tractor, as well as the radio control have a kill switch, to be able to activate it. So that's what's working on the first one, and would put it on this one as well. I'll just takes more time than I want, or go slower than I want. Stop that video. That's it for me for recording.
I guess me too. So I guess we're done.